We have been joined by senior Congress leader Mr. Shashi Tharoor, sir. Today you have launched your new book. Many congratulations to you for that.
Thank you.
Sir, if we talk about your book, you have mentioned about Hindutva. Recently, a lot of debate is being going on this term. Your colleague, Mr. Salman Khurshid, has also mentioned this term in his book, after which he has been attacked by various leaders and also by the common people as well. What have you mentioned in your book, sir?
See, my book is mainly an anthology of writings over the last 40 years. And what I have to say on the subject of Hinduism and Hindutva was said in two books that were published earlier. That is, Why I Am a Hindu and The Hindu Way. Now, I am a Hindu. I'm proud of it. I have no problem with it. But my idea of Hinduism is an intensely personal idea of a religion that is about seeking your own truth. And you seek ultimately within yourself. The very idea of a personal truth essentially involves the acknowledgement that there may be other truths for other people and that you have to respect those. That the acceptance of difference is fundamental to Hinduism. We have been taught there is one truth, but there are many ways, many words for it, many ways of finding it. That, as Swami Vivekananda said, just as many rivers flow in different directions and end up in the same sea, so also different ways of worship will reach the same divine. And so we say to people of other faiths, we believe we have the truth, you believe you have the truth, we will respect your truth, please respect our truth. That is the essence of the Hindu philosophy. And to my mind, because that's the philosophy that I grew up with, I have a great respect for people of other faiths and I expect them to treat me in the same way. Now, what we are seeing with Hindutva is very different. It's a political ideology. It says that instead of the sort of soaring, inclusive, majestic idea of Vedanta, this faith which is ultimately about respect for the divine and respect for others and the spiritual content, instead of all of that, you have Hindutva that reduces Hinduism to a badge of identity, like that of the British football hooligan saying, this is my team and if you support another team, I'll hit you on the head. That kind of talk, to my mind, is not Hindu, it's not Hinduism, it's not Hindu Dharma.
So according to you, we should not correlate a religion with politics.
Oh, I believe religion has nothing to do with politics and politics should have nothing to do with religion. Religion is about the quest for the spiritual and for other essential elements of the afterlife, if you like, of our connection to the divine and what goes on beyond, whereas politics should be about how to create a better life for people in today's world, in today's society. I don't see how one has anything to do with the other. Politics will not help you reach God, and God should not be interfered with by politicians. I've firmly believed that my faith has nothing to do with my politics and vice versa. And indeed, I don't believe that government and politics have any place in the temple or in the kitchen or in the bedroom. But we are ruled by people who want to put politics into everything, and I think that's wrong.
Sir, but according to you, do you believe that in the present, our country, our people are taking the meaning of this term in a wrong manner?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that Hindutva is a very misleading term because there's nothing particularly Hindu about it. The Hinduism that Swami Vivekananda taught has nothing to do with Hindutva. Hindutva is all about a political ideology in a very divisive way that is using it as a very sharp tool against people of other faiths. The Hindu Dharma doesn't teach us that. So as far as I'm concerned, it'll be nice if they call themselves something else. Let them call themselves the Sangh Parivar or whatever and talk about Sanghidam rather than Hindutva.
But if we take two examples from the current scenario, we are seeing that a comedian, Veer Das, is getting attacked by people because of his comments over India's perceptions. And on the other side, we are also seeing actress Kangana Ranaut making such comments on the freedom fighters. She has even made some comments on Gandhiji as well. So what is your opinion over that?
Look, I think these are both people who can speak for themselves. I feel no obligation to do that. I enjoyed what Veer Das had to say, and I was appalled by what Kangana had to say. But I leave it at that. I think, it doesn't surprise people that there are different opinions on such matters. But I think as far as possible, those who express opinions on history ought to first read and understand some history before they do it. And those who have things to say about making this country a better country, should be listened to. You can disagree with them and that's fine, but but they have every right in a free democracy to express their views.
And my last question, sir. You have also mentioned, you have correlated Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. What do you want to say about that, sir?
No, I'm just saying that while we understand Mr. Modi's desire to appropriate Sardar Patel for himself, it doesn't really stand up to scrutiny, because Sardar Patel was indeed a figure of Indian unity and was indeed a great man from Gujarat and a great nationalist leader. But first of all, he had very little patience for the ideology that Mr. Modi represents today. He is, after all, the Home Minister who banned the RSS. But on top of that, his own conduct during the time of communal violence, at the time of partition, is very different from Mr. Modi's conduct in 2002 or since becoming Prime Minister. That is, that what we have seen from Sardar Patel is that, for example, when Muslims were being attacked in the partition violence in Delhi, he's the one who put them all in the Jama Masjid, in the Red Fort, to protect them better. He's the one who, because he was afraid that the local security forces might get inflamed with communal passions, he's the one who actually moved people, troops from Pune and Madras, because he felt they can protect the Muslims in Delhi better. When Muslims were being attacked on their migration to Pakistan, physically on their way to Pakistan, he went to Punjab and pleaded with the local communities there not to attack Muslims, saying this is not the Gandhian way. He himself went to Nizamuddin and prayed at the Dargah there in order to show his respect for the Islamic faith and that Muslims have a place on Indian soil. These are all things you could not imagine Mr. Narendra Modi either as Chief Minister or as Prime Minister doing. So there is no comparison. For one to try and adopt the mantle of the other is, to my mind, very difficult to accept.
This was Congress leader Shashi Tharoor, who said that there is no place of politics in religion, and the term Hindutva and Hinduism are two different things. This is Nyamka Singh reporting from Delhi for ETV Bharat.